Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we are in is Regulation F. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Alright, welcome back everyone. So today we are going to be talking about, we're showcasing a team built around Hydrapple. So Hydrapple is next up in this little mini series that I pretty much started at the beginning of Regulation F, where we are featuring all of the newly introduced Pokemon in Regulation F with a team built around them. So we started off with these 6 paradoxes with Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, Walking Wake, Iron Leaves, Iron Boulder, and Iron Crown. So if you want to see those videos, just check out the videos I posted before this one since the start of Regulation F. But now we have 2 left, which is Hydrapple and Archaludon, and we're going to start off with Hydrapple, the first of these 2. So Hydrapple is a really cool Pokemon. It doesn't really see much usage in this format because there's a lot of different Pokemon that kind of play a similar role to it. Most likely, one of the main culprits is going to be Amoonguss, which is a grass type that has a secondary typing that gives it decent defensive synergy, and uses Regenerator plus a Citrus Berry, right, and Pollen Puff. That's pretty much the same role that Amoonguss plays. But what makes Hydrapple different? So Hydrapple, instead of getting Spore, gets Yawn, right? And Yawn is a really good move in VGC. It was at its peak in the Dynamax era in Generation 8, where you Yawn the Dynamax Pokemon and your opponent had to decide whether they wanted to switch out their Dynamax after turn 1, or did they want to just fall asleep and not get to use the last turn of their Dynamax in case you protect. So it caused a lot of mind games whether you have to call the switch or not. But in Scarlet and Violet, it's not as powerful because it's not like you can make some waste the Tera, because Tera is infinite and doesn't last a certain amount of turns, right? But it's still useful because with the amount of offense that you have on your team, you kind of cause your opponent to have to switch out. And when they're switching out, it's a lot of damage coming in for a lot of different attacks on from the Pokemon on the team. And just even letting something fall asleep against the offense on this team can be very detrimental to your opponent. So we have Water Tera here, which pretty much gets rid of your weakness to ice, makes Fairy neutral, and also flying neutral, right? This is pretty good defensive typing. In my opinion, I think that maybe Steel could have been better here in certain cases, but I did have Steel Tera on a Primarina already, so we ended up not really going for it. But the Water Tera still, it's going to help you in a lot of different cases where you just need to drop that Dragon and that Grass typing. Fickle Beam is a really cool signature move by Hydrapple. So pretty much it has, I believe it's a 30% chance of being doubled in power. So it's an 80 base power dragon move, which can double in power to 160 30% of the time, right? And it's really cool because you're able to dish out a little bit more damage than what a lot of people would expect and pick up surprise KOs without having any investment. Fickle Beam still does a lot of damage, and Hydrapple is actually surprisingly really bulky and hard to remove from the field, and also is very good at supporting his teammates with the Pollen Puff. It's a really good combo with like Farigiraf and Incineroar, just to maximize the bulk and also like get Trick Room up so you can really annoy your opponents with Pollen Puffs and Yawns. Next we have Raging Bolt. The Raging Bolt set's a little bit different from what you typically might see due to us having Tera Blast. So Fairy Tera has become pretty standard on Raging Bolt. Booster Energy, Thunderclap, Dragon Pulse, all pretty standard moves. But Tera Blast gives you, now you're able to hit those dragons, hit those dark types like Dark Urshifu, hit those fighting types. The Urshifu Waters running around the format, the Iron Hands, things like that can usually sit on the field in front of you. Now you're able to deal like big damage to them with the Fairy Tera, and also you become immune to Dragon instead of taking damage from Dragon with your Fairy Tera, which is really valuable in my opinion. Next we have Primarina. So Primarina is gonna pretty much be the MVP of this team in my opinion. I did not realize how good Assault Vest Primarina is into the current meta. Just being able to soak up special attacks and deal consistent damage with Hyper Voice, Moonblast, and Energy Ball is really good. It's really good into Dondozo as well, which something I didn't expect when I was building this team of that it would be this good into Dondozo, but it definitely is. And I'm happy that I was able to showcase a lot of the uniqueness of this Pokemon. Aqua. So we, of course, like I said, we have Energy Ball, Moonblast, Hyper Voice. Steel Tera is, in my opinion, just the best Tera. It is kind of sketchy in the Lander's Eye matchup because Lander's Eye can hit you on both sides. If you Tera to get around a poison, you do, survive for that one turn. But if they Tera into poison, then they should be able to survive your Hyper Voice and then hit you with Earth Power next turn, right? So you kind of have to play around that and try to, chip Lander's Eye before you really bring your Primarina out. And you have good countermeasure into Lander's Eye with some of the Pokemon that are on this team. But Aqua Jet is just really also a good way to hit on the physical side. Even though Primarina doesn't have any attack investment, it still does pretty well when you're able to hit things with Aqua Jet that are like low health, right? And especially things like Flutter Mane, it's like, in the matches you'll see where we had some situations where Flutter Mane was able to just get removed from the field from like 20% due to just being weak on the physical side to Aqua Jet. So it's still a good priority move. Just good at when things like hitting Chien-Pao when it's at 1 HP, taking things out that are surviving on the Sash. When they typically expect to outspeed Primarina, now you can hit them with an Aqua Jet. Next we have Incineroar. So this Incineroar set is pretty cool because it has Grass Tera with a Figy Berry. The reason we have Figy Berry is because Hydrapple is taking up the Citrus Berry. And now with Figy Berry, you're really able to go for a little bit more survivability than you would have Citrus Berry, because Incineroar genuinely can take a lot of hits to where you can go down to your Figy Berry range. And it also combos really good with Flare Blitz, where you can, Flare Blitz yourself into range of using a Figy Berry. You just get a little bit more health back than you would with Citrus Berry, and your opponent might not expect that. We have Grass Tera to help you with the Among Us matchup, getting around Spore and Sleep Powder shenanigans from like Hasumi and Lilligant, stuff like that. And also is just really good typing to defend against like Water Urshifu or any water types that want to just try to remove Incineroar from the field. Ogerpon does not do well into Grass Tera due to it not being able to hit it for even neutral damage with its common stabs that it carries with Ivy Cudgel and Horn Leech. So Incineroar is really good into that. One surprise that we have on Incineroar is going to be Protect over like Knockoff. And the reason you have Protect here instead of Knockoff, because you have Urshifu Dark on the team, you don't necessarily need the dark coverage, and Protect is really good next to Hydrapple, where you can go for a Yawn, and your opponent might typically expect, okay, Hydrapple might Protect, but most likely Incineroar is I'm gonna be able to double into it, so I don't need to switch out. I can fall asleep, but if I'm getting rid of the Incineroar, then I think that's a good trade, right? And if they have that mindset and you go for Protect, now they just whiff some attacks into Incineroar, and now they're falling asleep, and you can easily Parting Shot, Pollen Puff, and like get your sweeper in and just do a lot of work from there. So Protect is just valuable on this team in my opinion, and it came out in a lot of different situations when I was playing with this team. Next we have Choice Scarf Urshifu. So this Choice Scarf Urshifu is really cool in my opinion. It combos really well with the Farigiraf, where you're able to outspeed a lot of things. It helps you set up Trick Room and remove a lot of Pokemon that generally expect this team to be like a slow Trick Room team. And you kind of surprise them with that Choice Scarf, where they have to gamble whether they want to set up Tailwind to deal with your Urshifu or just allow Trick Room to go up, right? And you can always just go for like a Choice Scarf U-turn into like one of your Trick Room sweepers, whether it's Raging Bolt or Primarina, when you have Farigiraf on the field, or you can just straight attack. The Poison Tera is to give you some survivability against things like Flutter Mane, things that want to hit you with Fairy type moves and try to remove you from the field, or like a Fighting type move, just to give you some survivability so you can get off a couple of more powerful Wicked Blows. And you don't necessarily need the Dark Tera here, because the Farigiraf, which is going to be the partner with this Urshifu, has Helping Hand. And Helping Hand, Wicked Blow with the Choice Scarf, being able to outspeed a lot of things, does so much damage. Same with Close Combat, and same with U-turn. So it's very valuable in my opinion to have that Poison Tera so you're able to survive on the field a little bit longer. Last but not least, we have Farigiraf. This Farigiraf set is going to be very interesting. It's carrying Hyper Voice, Psychic, Helping Hand, and Trick Room with the Rocky Helmet. The Rocky Helmet is going to be good into, of course, things like Water Urshifu, but also just chipping things like Chien-Pao, any physical Pokemon that want to just attack the Farigiraf, allowing your Pokemon in the back to be able to sweep a little bit better. This team doesn't capitalize in picking up one-hit KOs unless you're hitting them for super effective damage, but you do want to be dealing as much damage as possible. And the chip that your opponent takes from Rocky Helmet on the Farigiraf just allow things like Primarina, Urshifu, and Raging Bolt to like pick up the KO when your opponent's at like 70%. And that's kind of like, you know, the strength of using this team. Of course, Water Tera, in my opinion, is one of the best Teras on Farigiraf. It just helps you against that matchup when you're up against like Chi-Yu Flutter Mane. Water Tera is literally like one of the only Teras that Farigiraf can go for that can cover for a Heat Wave plus a Dazzling Gleam combo. And the Fairy Tera does not cover for that well because Heat Wave, especially if it's a Choice Specs Chi-Yu, just does too much damage with Dazzling Gleam also hitting for neutral. So that's going to be it for a team breakdown. If you guys like this type of team, there's a runner code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. And let me know with a comment, do you like Primarina? What do you think about Hydrapple? Have you ever tried it in this format? Do you think that it can work if it's used in the right place? Or do you think that it's one of those Pokemon that's just going to kind of have to come out in a format where we have limited Pokemon available in the Pokedex? But go ahead and subscribe from me. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers. We're getting so close, and I'm trying to, you know, capitalize on that before the end of the month. And that's one of my goals for this month. So go ahead and subscribe, guys, and I'm going to continue to grow, putting out this fun content using Pokemon that I would call kind of niche or just don't have a place in the format, and trying to build a team around them to make them good. But that's going to be it for a breakdown, and let's get into these battles. Is that a War Turtle? Wow, this is an interesting team. War Turtle. I think that Hydrapple looks really good here, actually. War Turtle, Registeel, Ogerpon, Ensign, Zapped, and Raging Bolt. So Urshifu is going to be incredible for me here, but I need to position it properly. I think Farigiraf is decent damage across the board. Actually, Primarina is a little bit better. Primarina, Urshifu for sure, and Raging Bolt. Fairy Tera is not that good on Raging Bolt here, Tera Blast, but that's not what we're covering for, right? Just a strong special attacker. Alright, so I think I just clicked Yawn. Do I need Tera or anything else? I don't think so. I think I want to Tera Hydrapple, Yawn, Registeel, and just Hyper Voice. Registeel can take a nap. It's gonna have to switch, so we can't really enjoy the defensive boost. And we're tearing here just to cover for Zapdos going for a flying type attack into Hydrapple. I don't see any electric or grass attacks, so he's perfect. He detects. We didn't have to Tera that turn. He's detecting out of fear of like a Moonblast, but we're not even going for that here. Alright, so Hyper Voice again. wonder if Registeel just forfeits the nap here. This is what yawn causes you to do. You got to make a decision. Do you want to go to sleep and keep your boost, or do you want to switch out and give up the boost? And he decides to switch. He doesn't want to take a nap here. Alright, so we get a little chip on War Turtle. I'm not sure what it's here to do, but it's pretty cool to see it. We eat that pretty well. Oh, he dropped my defense though. Alright, so I want to switch Hydrapple out into Raging Bolt. Recover the damage off because the defensive boost, defense drop is not ideal. And just energy ball this because I don't know what War Turtle wants to do. I think War Turtle gets yawn too and like fake out. I wonder, does he just take a nap with Zapdos here? Yeah, because he's not switching. Oh, we're faster than War Turtle. Oh, that's super. That's Eviolite. Alright, but Zapdos takes a nap here, so I think we can get the free switch in to Urshifu here. I don't want to reveal Urshifu yet. I actually want to go back into Hydrapple. I'm gonna KO War Turtle here and then KO Zapdos next turn. Yeah. We could switch War Turtle out. I could just take the KO on Zapdos here, but I really don't want to continue to get yawned. He's going for a Tera. Okay. So he really wants to get yawn off the War Turtle. It took that energy ball a lot better than I thought it would. So I can go for Fickle Beam here. Pollen Puff is super effective, but if we get... Actually, I'll just go for Pollen Puff. Actually, I'll just start back. I just want to get the damage on War Turtle. It's kind of annoying here. And I'll try to knock out Zapdos here. Oh, he does wake up. Alright, so good thing we didn't go for Yawn there. But we did bait out his Tera, so now my Urshifu can hit. Now my Urshifu can hit his Registeel though. Does he have redirection? He does. We haven't seen his last mod yet. I think it's a double switch here. And I don't think he's gonna... He may just yawn a Primarina slot though. That's funny, we both locking each other into yawns. War Turtle's annoying here though. Oh, he switches it though. Oh, it's Raging Bolt. Oh Man, that looks incredible against what I brought here. Raging Bolt looks very strong here. That's not doing no damage. Woo. And we lose to the War Turtle. The War Turtle beat us. It is unfortunate that we Zapdos did get the one turn wake though, but we didn't go for yawn that turn anyway. But this is insane. The game we bring out Hydrapple, just get walled out. He is at -2 with Raging Bolt though. Honestly, he should just switch it out. I was hoping that he brought Instant in the back. Good plays by my opponent. Alright, we can't get a yawn off in the Registeel though. I don't see how we beat the Registeel if we lose Primarina. I have Pollen Puff though. I should have targeted down the Raging Bolt with Urshifu. Alright, we are doing decent damage to Registeel though. Registeel War Turtle is so cool, man. How much is Buddy Press doing? Okay, it didn't do over half. Alright, so I think Primarina is the target here. So I'm gonna Moonblast you. And Fickle Beam. We survive. Oh, we survive that? We do? Okay. Okay. And we KO Raging Bolt. We should survive another Body Press and Registeel goes to sleep. Nice. We get our Citrus Berry. And then we Pollen Puff Primarina back to full health. Oh my god, I'm gonna win this game. Hold up. Registeel goes to sleep. Nice. And then we click Hyper Voice. We have 12 PP. We have PP'd up on it. And we Pollen Puff Primarina to heal all the way back up. Reggie still goes for the protect. Of course, he doesn't get it because it's the first turn. Alright, single target Hyper Voice is doing a lot of damage. Primarina is almost back to full health. Alright, and we just keep yawning Reggie still just in case it wakes up with a protect. And my opponent cancels. Let's go. No way we still won that game. Oh man, you guys gotta leave a like in the chat for that one. There's no way we pull that off. Raging Bolt is so good until what we brought. Wow, Primarina being able to tank a Thunderbolt from Raging Bolt is insane. That's how good Assault Vest Primarina is. It can really just soak up some of these special attacks in the format. Wow, that was an amazing game. Please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe guys if you like this type of content, because we're figuring out a way to make Hydrapple work. You don't see any other content creators making a video around Hydrapple, and I think I'm the first to do it. So go ahead and subscribe for me, leave a like, turn on those post notifications, because this is what we do. We take niche Pokemon and we build a team around it, and we get you guys a good competitive team. But let's get into the next one. Great, so for our first match we have Tinglu, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Iron Crown, Didi, and Sneasler. So Urshifu is always good against Dondozo. We need to bring it in the back to conserve it. I'm thinking about these four. How good is Hydrapple here? Raging Bolt also seems pretty good. Sneaser's there to help with the Incineroar matchup, right? I don't think I just want to give him free close combat in the Incin. I think it's Sneasler coming out. So I want to go Farigiraf. Primarina is really good here. Farigiraf, Incin, Urshifu, Primarina. Yeah. I'm not going to bring Hydrapple to this one. The yawn is cute, but it's too slow paced against Dondozo. So he needs a Dondozo strategy immediately. I just want to set up Trickle. Trickle favors me, right? Outside of his Tinglu, right? He could Wave Crash here. I think I just want to protect Trickle. Yeah, I think it's going to be Dondozo switching and Wave Crash into Incin. But the protect is good tech on Incin, because a lot of people don't expect it. And they really just be wanting to remove Incin before it can move. And then I can parting shot Dondozo into Primarina and just go for energy balls. Plus Psychic to attempt to drop a special defense. He's probably like, what? Protect on Incin? That's insane. Yep. So you try to just rock my Incin. Alright, was he oblivious? Let me check and see. He is oblivious. It's funny whenever I bring Incin, they're oblivious. When I don't bring Incin, they're always unaware. That's very funny to me. So I'm just gonna Psychic here and Parting Shot into Primarina. Oh yeah, the terrain helps to do more damage. And we save Incin for the end game. Primarina's good here. Okay, well you take Recoil and Rocky Helmet Chip. Alright, so who's slower? Because I think Psychic may knock out for now. It's a roll. Yeah, Farigiraf's definitely slower. Psychic may knock out from that range. And if it does, we can just get a Moonblast into Tatsugiri, which is ideal. Alright, so he's just trying to scout me. I guess he's trying to see if he should Tera. If he's Tera still, then Hyper Voice is correct here. But a lot of Dondozo are not Tera still anymore. So I'm still gonna go for Psychic plus Moonblast. I feel like that should get the KO. Oh, he's just going for a double, so he's just forfeiting Dondozo here. Perfect. Crit might have mattered. It might have mattered. I think that it was a roll though to get the KO. But yeah, Tatsugiri just takes a Moonblast in the face now. Let's focus Sash. It's so funny whenever like I feel like I have the perfect game plan against Dondozo. It's not the unaware Dondozo plus Choice Scarf Tatsugiri. It's this set with Focus Sash Tatsugiri and Oblivious Dondozo. It's so funny how you never really run into that, but now we do. I'm just gonna Hyper Voice here to get around that double Hyper Voice. I could go for Steel Terror here. That will be his last one. It's probably Ting Lu or Iron Crown. Yeah. No, I don't need the Terror yet. Save it. Yeah, Steel Terror on Primarina is really good here. Oh, he's just taking a double up. And your speed, so you're not doing that much damage. Steel Terror is going to be perfect for Primarina here. We completely wall his strategy. I think Terrain expires, so he's pretty much trying to get it back up. So that's a good switch to conserve his terrain, but Steel Terror on Primarina is going to pretty much wrap this up. And we don't have to worry about redirection because we just keep clicking Hyper Voice. But speed just makes him do even less damage, right? So he might just click Helping Hand, but I'm also going to click Helping Hand, Steel Terror, Hyper Voice. Next game. My opponent hasn't Terra'd yet though, so theoretically he could Terra in the. Oh, he's not Terra'ing though. He could have Terra'd into like Psychic, but I guess he just doesn't have offensive Terra, so it's probably a defensive Terra. And it's not probably worth it to go for it. Yeah, unless it's water, it has to be ground, right? Because otherwise, why would you not Terra there? Expanding Force. That did 40 damage, 42 damage. Primarina just soaked that up. Nice. And this is the strength of Primarina. I don't even think we need to reveal that we brought Urshifu. The thing about this is, let's say we run into this player again on the ladder, or even in this video alone. You don't want to reveal as much information. You want to keep secret as much information as you can, just in the event that you run it back. And he sees that I brought Urshifu, so now he's kind of knowing how I'm thinking, right? That I'm playing like a Trick Room eccentric game with Urshifu in the back. So we don't want to reveal that much. He already know we brought Incineroar, so we just bring it back out. And then we just Moonblast from here. Yep, and that's battles. That's canceled. Let's go. Yeah, and let's just say we see this player again. He's not gonna know what my last was, so he doesn't have like a clear game plan against me. He just is probably gonna tech for the Trick Room. But honestly, I think his best bet is to bring Ting Lu. But even if he brings Ting Lu, I still feel like Primarina, he's forced to Tera it, or else he's just still taking a lot of damage from Hyper Voice. But let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have another Dondozo team. I kind of can play it the way I played the first game, right? Farigiraf Primarina. Farigiraf Incineroar. Set up Trick Room. Primarina. Urshifu. You know, I mean, we can't really bring Hydrapple to a Dondozo matchup, so we can't showcase it yet. But it's gonna get its chance to shine. It just has to be the right matchup. So he's gonna be able to get his poison up, right? Let's just fake out the Trick Room. I think that's the safest. Because he could go for like a Meteor Beam plus Moonblast and a Farigiraf, and I don't really need to be getting a KO here. So poison is fine. I think we can beat my opponent before he can stall out with all that poison. Yeah, that's definitely a choice specs Flutter Mane too. Let's see if he goes for an early Tera. Flirblet should pick up. We have 100 attack EVs on Incineroar, and that Flutter is pretty powerful. I expect it to be like maybe timid or modest choice specs. It does survive. It's pretty strong Flutter. So he's done a lot of damage for Dondozo being in the back. If I had to guess, Dondozo's gonna come in on the Flutter slot if he double switches. But just in case he doesn't, I think I just need to Psychic this slot. Because he might not even be thinking on that level. So the more switches, I believe it's Dondozo. Oh, smart. It's a double switch. Yeah, so I had a feeling my opponent was gonna do this. I wanted to target that slot, but he correctly did the right switch. Alright, so I didn't reveal Energy Ball there because I want to hit him with it next turn. And kind of bait him into not tearing. I can still win this game with Choice Scarf Urshifu as well. I'm trying to trick him off with a Psychic here. Energy Ball here. Alright, so that's definitely a Wicked Blow KO range. Alright, so it all depends. Can Glimmora pick up a one-hit KO on my Urshifu with the poison? With one turn of poison. Because what we can do is we're going to KO Dondozo here, then KO Flutter next turn. I need to save my Tera just in case Glimmora goes for like a Slush Bomb. And Moonblast should pick up Test. Oh, he's Rocky Helmet. Yeah, I have the Tera here. Hopefully he just goes for a straight Sludge Bomb with Glimmora. If Primarina was to survive this turn, that would be even better. Oh, we do! So I can go for Aqua Jet here into the Flutter. Oh, Primarina, you're so clutch. And then Poison Tera and Wicked Blow into Glimmora. And I expect him to go for a Sludge Bomb here because we resist the Rock move. And we just KO Flutter with an Aqua Jet. He's definitely choice specs on Flutter, right? Glimmora should go for Sludge Bomb here. If he just goes for Meteor Beam, then we're in a bad spot. So it all comes down to what Glimmora clicks. Grass. Oh man, are you clicking Energy Ball? Alright, Flutter's down. Oh, we resist Energy Ball though because of the Poison Tera. So as long as he didn't go for the Rock move, we're good. Perfect. We survive, and we should take a tick of poison. Nice. We actually can take 2 more. And Glimmora doesn't get access to priority, so we pull this one off. No way. Poison Tera saved us there, and I figured he wouldn't go for Meteor Beam because my original typing resists the Rock, and Sludge Bomb is just Glimmora's strongest attack, right? With Stab, outside of not being able to use Meteor Beam, right? So Poison Tera was actually the perfect Tera to have here, and we just win. Nice, and I guess my opponent he should know, well, I guess in the case that it was a speed tie or something, but I think he should know that Urshifu pretty much always outspeeds Glimmora. Nice, and we beat 2 Dondozo in a row. We found really unorthodox paths to beating it. I think the last one was a little bit more convincing. This one was kind of close. The Glamore definitely changes things. The poison definitely just helps like chip everything. But Primarina, I cannot say enough about how clutch Primarina. If Primarina didn't survive there, then you see that we didn't one-shot Glamore with Wicked Blow. So we needed it to survive because of course we had to take a turn attacking the Flutter, and then we had to take another turn, 2 turns to attack Glamore. So surviving on 2 HP definitely won us that game. And that's why you run Aqua Jet on Primarina. Just to be able to KO mons that are like low HP, like 2-3 HP, very chipped, or even just weak to water, or just have very low physical defense. Primarina can pick up, you know, those KOs and like that. And it was the perfect time to go for Aqua Jet. So let's get into the next one. We have Blaze Kick here. This is like a game for Hydrapple. I want to threaten the Farigiraf turn 1. Primarina also looks great here. Actually, why not just lead Primarina? I need Urshifu in the back. The only thing that this lead is not that good into is if he leads Amogus. Alright, let's see what he goes with. Did lead Amogus. Spore is pretty annoying here. I don't have a switch in for it. Alright, so we're gonna go Tera Water here. I probably should have let Urshifu, right, to threaten Amogus. Primarina's taking a nap. We can't really play around the Amogus as much as I would like to. I'm gonna Yarn this slot and Hyper Voice. Archala down, okay. I think that Flutter Mane might be Specs. I can't switch anything in here just yet. We're gonna keep yawning because we want to force them to keep switching. And I'm on Moonblast Flutter here. Alright, there's the Tera. Alright, it's Tera Fairy, okay. We should still survive this. Okay, did we wake up on Primarina? Nice. Get a strong Moonblast off here. And I think what we can do is Aqua Jet to KO Flutter. Because Among Us probably wants to switch here, right? I'm gonna try to get a Pollen Puff off of Primarina and Aqua Jet. Alright, so he breaks the Yawn Lock. But he shouldn't expect that. Nice. And we do KO Flutter. So he pretty much uses his Tera to try to knock out Hydrapple. But he wasn't able to do it. So Hydrapple's putting on a lot of pressure here. Alright, so our Chaladon is probably going to want to KO Hydrapple here. I'm gonna actually switch in the Raging Bolt here. Primarina may can eat one. And I want to Moonblast our Chaladon because I want to get it in KO range of a Wicked Blow. I think that Primarina can eat a Electro Shot. Oh, he's doubling up. Not if he's doubling up, he can't. He may even go into Hydrapple though, because Hydrapple's been pretty annoying for him. Oh, he did go into the Hydrapple slide. Beautiful. So that's the perfect switch right there. Alright, and we drop the special attack back down. At this point, I just want to Dark Pulse. I mean, Dragon Pulse. And another Moonblast. Yeah, I had a feeling Pelipper was going to come in here. I mean, it was going to switch out there. This one should be in the Primarina this time, though. Alright, but the idea behind that is I wanted to get Urshifu in, KO Among Us, because this should put it in range of a Wicked Blow. And then we Dragon Pulse the Archaladon. Yeah, we already know you're going for Rage Powder, but I didn't click Close Combat there. I think we may survive. It's only at +1, right? And Rocky Helmet Chip doesn't help. Okay. What attack are you going for here? Oh, is it Dragon? We should take that. Oh, we don't. Is that a crit? Oh, that was powerful. I didn't expect that to KO though. +1 that Dragon Pulse picks up. Okay. It's gonna be tough for Hydrapple to close out. I don't think Wicked Blow KOs our Chaladon from there. this is tough. Yeah, it's so close. Is that a one-hit KO? Yeah, that's GG. Well, we played to our outs. Yeah, we'll play by my opponent though. Challenge 9 was just too good here. I needed to survive that. I had a chance of winning if we just were able to take one Dragon Pulse. But he played it very well with his Challenge 9. All right, we have Nepina, and let's see. So what do they have going on today? Landorus, Metagross, Fluttermane, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, and Hisuian Arcanine. So this is like something that you would see in Regulation D or even E, just with the Metagross, right? It's an interesting core. I think Landorus is pretty scary here. I know I want to bring my Urshifu in the back. I kind of want to play a Trick Room eccentric game. I want to fake out something. Get Trick Room up for free. And actually, I don't think I need to do that. I think Primarina's pressuring a lot here. I kind of want to just use these four at the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna go Primarina and Incineroar. Yeah, Urshifu in the back. Urshifu helps me beat pretty much his whole team. So we just need to position it properly, right? And that's after Trick Room ends, but do a bulk of the damage while Trick Room is up. And Urshifu just feels so good to have when you're going up against a Dondozo team, because it's just like a really good insurance against it. And we're guaranteed to outspeed it with the Scarf. All we need to do is chip it. Alright, so unless you're some weird set like Ghost Tera Landorus, you should be able to freely just get Trick Room up, right? You shouldn't be able to knock out Farigiraf even with the Tera. I'm gonna Trick Room here, fake out. I think it's pretty standard. Then we just start dealing damage on the Trick Room. It's almost surely Dondozo on the back, right? Would you really not bring it? Okay, so he's switching. It's probably a hard switching to Dondozo. Yeah. He's going all in with the damage on Flutter though. Okay, so what do you want to do here? It's decent damage. Alright, so I wonder what's the play here. Would you really just let me attack Flutter? I kind of want to go for a Hyper Voice and Parting Shot Dondozo. Oh, he really did leave in Flutter. Oh, okay. Well, this is not convenient because he gets a double KO here. Oh, that was a really good play. That was interesting. Okay. So try to knock out Dondozo here. Tera poison. I still don't think this is the worst spot to be in. And if he doesn't, he can't Tera Dondozo, so this should just KO here, right? Energy Ball plus Wicked Blow. The Flutter Mane is not really chipped though, so it is kind of spooky. But I still think we should be in a decent spot. He clicked Earthquake here and survived, so it's not good. Yeah, let's just order up. Perfect. So we get to knock out Tatsugiri. Unless he protects here. I'm actually going to target a Tatsugiri slot. Because what we want to do is... So here's the idea. If he protects Dondozo, Urshifu's going to go through Protect and KO. But Primarina's not going to get the KO. So what we want to do is... do this here. And we're also stalling out our own Trick Room when we're doing this, right? Because we want to get Urshifu back out so it can move before the Flutter Mane. So we're Energy Ball here. If he doesn't protect, then we just still, and we want to target Tatsugiri. That way, if he goes for the protect play, we can get the knockout next turn, and it'll be perfect. Yep. So this is what I was covering for. So Primarina can't get the KO, but Urshifu is gonna target Tatsugiri. So we don't get the. So we want to try to deal damage to both of them the same turn. Nice. That way he doesn't like get like a free switch in the Tatsugiri without it taking damage, right? So we'll just go for the same. If he goes for a double protect here, then it works even more in our favor because then Primarina definitely is gonna knock out Tatsugiri one shot. Yep. So this is perfect because I'm still targeting Tatsugiri, and we're Scarf, so we outspeed Dondozo always. And you saw if Wicked Blow did almost 50%. So actually, I'm actually happy that he went for this. Because this gives us an even better chance to win this game. So this should be a double KO this turn. And now we're going to Moonblast. And Wicked Blow. He wanted me to target Dondozo, but we didn't do that. And I know this play. Because I kind of do the same thing sometimes. When I know it's an Urshifu, it's going to go to protect. And I don't want them to target Tatsugiri. So I'll protect even though it's in front of an Urshifu just to block Urshifu's teammate from hitting the first hit and allow Urshifu to KO Dondozo so that we can get a free switch in the Tatsugiri, right? So I kind of knew that's what he was playing for. So it's actually good that he got the double protect. But now this is perfect. Trick Room's been completely stalled out. And I want to go after the Landorus and then just KO everything with Primarina. Because Landorus should pick up the Urshifu. And then we can just Aqua Jet Flutter Mane for the finishing KO. Nice. We should survive this. Whew, okay. Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, so we have to do enough damage to KO with Aqua Jet here. I didn't think about the double hitting move. Oh, Aqua Jet doesn't KO from that range. I wish he had missed the Sandsear. I guess we can just hope for a crit. There's no way we survive a Dazzling Gleam, right? Yeah, my opponent, Sandsear, I didn't count for Sandsear because the idea was that Landorus just knocks out Urshifu and Primarina can 1v1 the Fluttermane, but we took way too much damage from the Sandsear. And had he just missed Sandsear on at least one of them, then this definitely would have been over. But let's just go for the Aqua Jet, see what happens. We don't have any investment. Yep, it survives with just a smidget. It was so close though. Nice, but well played by my opponent. We played it perfectly. We just didn't have just a bit more chip that we needed on the Flutter. And I think the only difference to get the chip on the Flutter that we needed was to not fake out Dondozo that turn on turn 1 and go for the knockoff into the Flutter or like a Flare Blitz, or even just click Psychic instead of Hyper Voice into the Flutter to turn that he got a double KO. And that would have been enough chip to win that game. But that was a fun game. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have another Dondozo Tatsugiri. Okay, with the Co-Star and Screamtail, Muck, and Smurgle. So this is a strategy that was the Muck and Smurgle weren't in the game, of course, but like back in like Series 2, with Regulation B, Regulation C, there was a strategy where it was Poison Orb, right? Poison Orb, right? Tatsugiri, where it faints to the Parasong or whatever while it's in Dondozo's mouth, and then you can come out and copy the abilities with Co-Star. So now he has 2 ways that he can do that. So what we don't want to do is make Tatsugiri be able to faint. We don't have any ground type damage though. I'm gonna just go with the same 4 because this is like my Dondozo like answer. Primarina helps me against the Flamingo. Does Hydrapple do anything here besides just yawn? And what does Raging Bolt do here? Thunderclap doesn't really help me much. Yeah, so this is Parasong plus it might not even be Toxic Orb, honestly. Tatsugiri shouldn't be able to knock out Incineroar. Oh, Whirlpool. Cool tech. I know he wants to click Parasong. And we can't knock out Tatsugiri here. Because we have Flare Blitz. I'm just gonna double up the Screamtail. Yeah, he had Endure anyway, so that's pretty cool, but we weren't even targeting you. Oh, that didn't. Oh yeah, I forgot it's Psychic. I'm tripping. I'd rarely play against Scream. We wouldn't have been able to get the kill with Hyper Voice anyway. The burn is cool though. Should be Parasong here. Yep. So they're trying to set up Flamingo in the back, pretty much. Alright, so there was really no way to prevent this. because he has Endure. He should switch out into Dondozo here. But I can KO Dondozo before it gets the chance to send out Flamingo. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna shoot for. I got 2 turns to do it. Oh, that's a good. Okay, he's gonna protect it until the last turn. Okay, that makes sense. So I lose my Flamingo pretty much. I mean, I lose my Farigiraf here. I'm gonna hard switch, just I need to conserve Fake out here. If he's gonna get the Dondozo strategy off, then I want Trickling back up. Yeah, here's Dondozo. Because if Tatsugiri just wants to feint, then we're just gonna play under Trickling against the Flamingo. I could have parting shot here though. I don't know if he's clear Amulet though, then my Incineroar would just faint if he is. So Primarina actually looks strong here. Because what is it? Order Up, Earthquake, Wave Crash. We should do well into all of that. And we have Rocky Helmet to chip down Dondozo. Alright, so we get a Psychic off. He doesn't Tera, so we're doing a lot of damage here. Energy Ball is so good on Primarina. And a special defense drop. Okay. Did he not take chip from that? Order Up? Alright. So he's gonna get in. Oh, he's not going for Flamingo. Yeah, it is clear Emily. I'm glad that I didn't go for parting shot there. Alright, so he's trying to stall out to get Flamingo in outside of Trick Room, which is smart. How many turns of Trick Room are left, though? If we have at least 2 turns, then we're in a good spot. If it's just 1 turn and it's looking sketchy, but we can beat Dondozo. The Flamingo's the problem here. Oh, 2 turns is perfect. So I want to double into this slot. Those are sick Tera here. Wave Crash is gonna do a lot. And then Primarina can KO it next turn. And then we poison Tera Urshifu. It should be still Tera on Flamingo, but we went for Flare Blitz here. Oh, he's tearing down Dondozo, okay. Fairy. That is good into my Urshifu now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, but he didn't protect Flamingo. So this should be a KO here. And Dondozo shouldn't be able to beat us by itself. It may go for Earthquake here though. Nice. So all that set up just for Flamingo just to get removed from the field immediately. And that's kind of like how you want to treat he's taking even more chip with this. So you KO Urshifu, but we get you KO that slot, but now we get a free switch into Urshifu and you take chip. So I'll take the chip. Alright, so Trick Room is still up. What could he have? Earthquake, Wave Crash, Order Up. Then we just Moonblast here. I think I Sucker Punch just to get the chip because he may just one-shot me with a Wave Crash. But if you Wave Crash here, then you're going to take so much chip. Yeah, you're going to take so much chip. Oh, he just cancels. Nice. I think he sees it writing on the wall because he probably thinks I'm Focus Sash. But he could have one-shot me with a Wave Crash, but he's going to take so much chip that Moonblast just picks up. So we played that perfectly. We bounced back against the another Dondozo team. So I'm bringing the correct mons, even though we didn't get to bring Hydrapple. We did bring it in that first game, though. But let's get into one final match. Wow, we have another Dondozo test irritant. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's going crazy. I can't bring Hydrapple to the Dondozo matchup. It just... I mean, I guess I could yawn it. But they never lead it. I think he's gonna lead King Gambit. Probably King Gambit Gamora. I want to leave Farigiraf Urshifu, try to KO Flutter. Primarina, Hydrapple. We'll go with it. This is unorthodox as heck, but we'll see. What do I have in the back? Nothing wants to take a Sludge Bomb. I'm just gonna bring in Hydrapple here and try to take out Dragonite with Fickle Beam. We just click outrage here. That's just really bad. Right? At least we get Primarina in. I should have noticed that. I actually should have just brought Primarina in here. Why did that do so much? Oh, I didn't even go for tripping. I swore I went for tripping there. Yeah, my Farigiraf's gonna go down this turn. Alright, so what I can do, I know he wants a Dragon Claw Hydrapple, so I'm gonna helping hand here, Tera, Fickle Beam, knock out Dragonite. Perfect. He should just knock out Farigiraf. He's probably gonna click Earthquake or like order up a Wave Crash, knock out Farigiraf, and feel like his Dragon Claw should knock out Hydrapple, but we should survive because we're really bulky. And then we yawn Dondozo next turn. Oh, perfect. What are you going for, Dragonite here? Dragon Claw. We survive. And now we yawn Dondozo. Farigiraf picking up the one-hit KO on Gamora was so clutch. Oh, we even survived this turn, so we don't have to reveal Primarina yet. And we still have Urshifu in the back. So we ran into 3 straight Dondozo, but the third is the charm because now we get to use Hydrapple. We didn't bring it in the first 2 games. But I figured that if I can eliminate what he has on the field or get Dondozo stuck on the field, why am I not bringing it more against Dondozo, actually? Because I can just yawn Dondozo, put it to sleep. I don't know why I wasn't bringing it more against Dondozo, because it feels so good right now. Like, I don't think he can knock me out. If he does knock me out, then that might be bad. I am chipped really bad. Alright, he's grass. Is he just gonna go for Earthquake here? Okay, we should survive on Hydrapple. Oh, we survived. He's so clutch. That should do it. Hydrapple faints here, but then we get in Urshifu and Primarina. I think we win as long as he's not Tera Blast. Oh man, if only I still have my Steel Tera on Primarina. But if he doesn't have Tera Blast, I think we should win from this point. Wave Crash, does that KO Ursh? Oh. Okay, so we got to hurt for like a 3-turn sleep. He did so much damage to himself though. Oh yeah, Primarina should be able to close out this game against Tatsugiri. The Wave Crash does so much chip. So Primarina, Tatsugiri usually carries Dragon Pulse, Muddy Water, Icy Wind. He's already used Tera, so it doesn't carry anything that can beat Primarina, and we get that win. Let's go. Hydrapple got us that last win. Wow, that was a good game. 3 Dondozo in a row, but Hydrapple catches up for the last game. So I'm glad I brought it. If you guys try this team out, there is a rental code. So I do recommend. Matter of fact, let's just say it in the final review. So let's get into a final review with this team. All right, getting into a final review with this team. This team is pretty fun. So we did only bring Hydrapple to 2 of the matches, but in the 2 matches that it did come, it was really essential to us winning those games. There may have been some games where I feel like I could have brought it and I just didn't bring it. I didn't realize how good it is until the Dondozo matchup, because I'm thinking about, you know, just order up, being able to do a lot of damage to Hydrapple. But if you Tera into the water typing, then, you know, he can't really do much with Earthquake, and Wave Crash is just resisted, right? So he has to keep clicking order up, but by that time, you're able to put it to sleep with Yawn, Pollen Puff your teammates, and then just remove it with Urshifu when you switch it in while it's sleeping. And that's a really good strategy that I didn't think too much of when I was playing with this team. But now that I'm looking back at it, I think that you can really, you know, find time to utilize that. I think this is a really strong team. I really do like it, and I think that it has a lot of potential. The Raging Bolt is a really good set. We didn't get to really showcase the Terra Blast on it because I only chose to make one video with this team because we're kind of like wrapping up with this, and I got just some other fun teams that are really strong that I wanted to showcase, and I didn't want to really keep forcing this team. But it is really fun and really cool. I think it's unique, and the Farigiraf set is, of course, is really strong. The Rocky Helmet does just help with chipping things down so that, you know, Urshifu and Raging Bolt can remove things from the field. And once things are asleep, then Raging Bolt and Urshifu just really, you know, can take off. This Primarina set really impressed me. It was very essential to a lot of the games we won, especially against the Dondozo. It's like really good into that matchup. And I do think that I could have brought Hydrapple probably over the Incineroar in those Dondozo matchups, but being able to just easily set up Trick Room with Incineroar Farigiraf was just very valuable in my opinion. The Protect didn't really come out much on Incineroar either, but it's just a cool tech that I wanted to just add to this team just to make it just a little bit unique and give this team like some flavor to it, right? So, and also like you can go for the Yawn and then double Protect to wait till they fall asleep when they usually think that, you know, Incineroar is free to target. But that's going to be it for, you know, a final view of this team. I give this team an 8 out of 10. It's really fun. There's a rental code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. And if you do use this team and you run into Dondozo, bring Hydrapple, knock out the teammates around Dondozo, and then Yana Dondozo. I promise you, you will, you know, find success with that. But that's going to be it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. If you can, subscribe, because we're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of February, and that is my goal for this early year. But that's going to be it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.